Hello, I'm Daniela Saioni, a veteran union script supervisor based in Toronto, Canada, and I've worked on major motion pictures and TV series in 10 countries, and I have trained script supervisors in 30 countries since 1995 through my Director Whisperer training program. And today, I want to talk about camera fees for script supervisors. If you're a North American script supervisor or line producer, you are probably well aware of this term and its history. For those who aren't, a camera fee, sometimes colloquially known as a camera bump, is a payment per day that script supervisors earn when production uses more than one camera on set. Typically, a daily fee is applied for every additional camera that worked as of the B camera. For example, if the negotiated camera fee is $60 a day per additional camera and you're shooting with 4 cameras, that means the fee will be $180 per day beyond the base rate overtime and kit rental. This deal point arose several decades ago when single camera filmmaking ceased to be the norm. Its purpose was to help address the substantial increase in a script supervisor's workload with each new camera brought in. Remember, the position of the script supervisor dates back to 1917, predating sound, visual effects, and other positions. So as cinema evolved, so did our role and responsibilities, and multi-camera shooting brought substantial changes and challenges to our department. Not only do script supervisors create the editing notes package to reflect every shot in the film, which, of course, multiplies with each camera used, but the complexity of our role in visualizing and troubleshooting the edit on set increases with each additional camera as well. When there are several camera operators working, we are relied on even more heavily to track eye lines and ensure shot sizes and angles will cut together smoothly and that we are not missing anything, as each individual operator and busy DOP, often rightfully so, are focused on the increasing complexity involved in lighting and communication to the teams on their end. We are there to safeguard that nothing falls through the cracks, to have a successful post-production. And on a practical level, it means our already intense focus is intensified even more in multi-camera shooting situations, especially since the advent of digital filmmaking in this century, as the pace of shooting and post turnaround times have increased exponentially since I began when we were still shooting on film. In other words, more cameras means more work on set and more work at home on the line script. Historically, I believe camera fees originated with IATSE Local 161, at least 50 years ago, something like that. But it is a standard deal point in non-union agreements as well. When I entered the film industry as a non-union worker in Toronto in 1991, the standard fee was $50 a day per camera as of the B camera. Now we see camera fees in Canada ranging from $50 to $75 a day per additional camera. And when you break that down, that's an average of $5 an hour flat for every added camera brought into the mix, which is actually disturbingly low given the relative workload, especially since most shows shot in North America do not engage an assistant script supervisor to help ease the burden of the increased realities of the pace of modern production. Thankfully, this is beginning to change as producers can see the burnout rate in our department is real. Although it's far more likely that I'll get to have an assistant script supervisor when I shoot overseas, I have had assistants in North America 3 times. One time, we alternated the camera fees, so I got the B, D, and F fees. On another show, my assistant and I both got all the camera fees for all the cameras used. And on another, my assistant did not get a camera fee at all, but I did. Camera fees and all other deal points are negotiated with the line producer based on your local standards when signing on to a show, and deal points do vary by nation. We don't really say camera bump anymore because it's not a bonus, it's compensation for increased labor. I always ensure the camera fee is included in my deal memo, even when production swears it will be a single camera show. I learned this the hard way when I believed them and I got on set on day 1 and saw 3 cameras, which quickly escalated to 5 cameras, and then 8 cameras was the norm on that show. Since it wasn't in my deal memo, the production manager refused to pay it. A compassionate producer on the show made a plea to the studio on my behalf, and I was eventually compensated for all the additional work. To ensure that you don't miss out on any deal points, I've created a handy checklist of negotiation deal points for script supervisors with regional differences noted. Click the link in the description to access your free copy when you join my mailing list. Have a great day and make sure to get some rest.